are we really having debates to see who is the most wrong, to see who is the least right? I say this because, like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate that we're hosting debates, we're getting more involved in this aspect. When I'm seeing the Lutheran Church of Houston, like they have James White versus Flowers, literally a heterodox versus a semi-Pelagian. Like, who's really leaving? Like, why not present the correct view? Like, why don't we have? There has to be some Lutherans in the world that are willing to debate these topics, like Dr. Jordan Cooper. I mean, you can't tell me he wouldn't be interested. I get it though. Like, those two names draw a crowd. Like, you had also Trent Horn, Catholic, versus James White, Roman Baptist, not Roman, Reformed Baptist. Same thing. They take whatever adjective they want and put in front of Baptist, but don't get me started on that. My main thing is this, and the First Church, Lutheran Church of Houston is a NALC synod. Like, so, you know, I'm not bashing them. I'm just saying that's what they are. They're not LCMS. Most people I talk to are LCMS. But shouldn't we, like, I'm pretty sure your congregation members and people in your community are coming there to hear truth. And I'm not saying these people are 100% false, but they're not representing the stance that church holds. They're not. No one's leaving there like, oh man, yeah, that sure was some good Lutheran teaching. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be mad if I had it in the Lutheran, like say, hosted in the Lutheran gymnasium, hosted in the Lutheran bathroom. We got it like in the full outright sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? Two wrong views going back and forth. We have to, I mean, like I said, I'm glad that we are getting more involved in these type of things, but can we get involved in these type of things? You know, it's a bar, a little play on the word we, but like I said, man. So let's get technical. So the James White debate versus Trent Horn, a Catholic guy, a Catholic apologist. Yo, dude's good at debating. Give him his props. James White's good too. I'm not going to sit here and hate on him. But they're talking about sola scriptura. Let's be honest. They both get that wrong. You have the Roman view, Catholic view, and they know why they oppose it. So I can't say they're wrong because they're basically saying why we don't hold to it. But the definition they usually go by usually isn't the definition or the intent of the people who actually came up with the term sola scriptura. And guess what? The place the debate is held holds the confessions that came from the people who actually came up with the term. You have the person defending our term as a guy who basically doesn't hold the same type of view, like doesn't hold tradition in the same regard. So when the Roman Catholic is saying,
in fact, while the Apostles' Creed mentions the Holy Catholic Church, it never mentions Scripture. According to the then renowned Lutheran scholar Yaroslav Pelikan, in the ante-Nicene or pre-Nicene church, there was no notion of sola scriptura. The death of the apostles...
The Roman Catholics literally quoting Lutherans against the sola scriptura position because they don't view it the same way we view it. It's ridiculous. He's literally... Here's another one.
James tried to say, oh, well, yes, the church wants to put upon you the perpetual virginity of Mary, except the sola scriptura Protestants of the Reformation, like Martin Luther, Ulrich Zwingli, and many others, believe that Mary was ever virgin. And yet, are they not really sola scriptura Protestants? Or when you reduce the scriptures to what a person's today thinks their meaning is, what problems arise from that? And on and on.
Oh, that was it? He did it again.
Everyone who says they're a Protestant, but committed sola scriptura Protestants, it does equip them to do every good work. I would call that the no true Protsman fallacy. That if a Protestant disagrees on an important issue with James, oh, well, he's not really using sola scriptura. And I can give you some examples, I would say, of real true Protestants who committed to sola scriptura that are not equipped to do every good work. For example, is it a good work to help babies get to heaven? Well, James would say baptism does nothing to achieve that goal. And as a Calvinist, we don't really know what to do about getting babies to heaven. Whereas our gracious Lutheran host would disagree and say infant baptism is the good work the word prepares us for, to get babies to heaven. Here's another one.
Literally 3 or more times in the debate, he's quoting Lutherans to disprove sola scriptura because the view being espoused and held and represented by... Man, this is disgusting, bro. It's disgusting. Like, y'all had to feel a certain type of way that... Man. Oh... Tradition has a place. Tradition should be respected and looked at when it comes to interpreting scripture. Okay, yeah. We do look at the Augsburg Confession. One of the main premises is we're not creating nothing new. We are pointing back to how the church fathers and people before viewed it and held it throughout church history and continuation of Christendom and the saints. The faith once given. But instead of having our view, the correct view, the definition of the term, way we go about it, you have James White espousing it. And he literally is making left turns when the store is right here on the right-hand side. I'm just saying, like, we should be the ones. This is just a public service announcement, man. Like, I love that First Lutherans getting involved, getting their name out there like this. But when people come there, they're leaving there holding the Reformed Baptist view, thinking that was more right than the Roman Catholic view. When, as a Lutheran, as the group that's actually hosting this, looks at both of them and say, you know what? Nah, you kind of missed the point, bro. And you're the reason why we had the term came up. We gotta find a way to get more involved in these type of things. That's what I'm saying. This is no shade. I'm glad they're hosting debates. But all that money, because I hate to bring this, money is involved. People get paid to debate. A name like Trent Horn, if you're going to pay that, fam, get one of our boys. James White, I'm sure some money involved too. And I'm not saying their motivation is money. I'm just saying, if you go get Joe Bob from your local church who's like, man, I'd be killing Bible study, he'd probably do it for free. You got people debating on YouTube and places for free already, just to go out there and banter. And from their point of view, share the truth. But I'm saying there's no flight costs, there's no hotel costs, there's no food, and you know what I'm saying? There's none of those costs associated with them. There is costs associated when you get a top tier guy, debater, as these guys are. You got James White flying to the Middle East to debate people. He's not an easy person just to book. You can't just say, yo, come debate William on this. William who? William Jefferson, man. Who cares? Like, no, it's a big deal when they show up. So why not use it to, not saying promote, but to get the right word out there that we hold true. The next one was Flowers versus James White about unconditional election. Okay. Now, man, you can go watch. I did a little thing on a review of Dr. Jordan Cooper, Lutheran, commenting on his view of how people are saved, and basically came to the conclusion that, oh boy, it's semi-Pelagian. He just did a program defining semi-Pelagians, kind of like the second part to his.
So the point is, faith itself, the initiative of faith, apart from an inner working of the Spirit, right, prior to any inward, and this is clear in the second point here, is that the human being can approach God. Then he says, after the decision to believe is made, God's grace innerly assists a person, strengthening her, helping her on her way to heaven. This is exactly the point of the entire provisionist system, from what I can tell, which is why I said provisionism is just semi-Pelagianism. It's a Baptist version of semi-Pelagianism. So,
Dr. Leighton Flowers and Dr. Cooper, disagree, get mad if you want to. There's a good reason why people say that. And then you have the Reformed Baptist, Reformed view of, unconditional election. Yeah, we disagree with that. There's key parts in there that we shouldn't be helping promote to the masses. Some people leave here thinking that truth was espoused on these topics, and it probably wasn't. We just need to get more involved in that sense, where it's our view being shared, not, oh, it's our building, so we get that, we get that name out there. Yo, First Lutheran killing them with the debates go there, man. Whole bunch of 12-round fights. But not to make this all negative, I do love that we are putting our face, us inside this mix where people are debating and talking and this, that. Hey, sorry about that. Correction. I'm not even happy about that no more. You guys are allowing Dr. Flowers and other networks to host the whole debate, like to show it on their channel. So people aren't even being drove to Lutheran content. Got a little small little First Lutheran symbol at the bottom, a little minuscule little thing. But it's hosted on a popular channel that already has way more followers than your channel. And they don't have to go to your channel to see this debate. Anyhow, man. Nature. I hate that we're just, Madison Square Garden. We're just hosting the place. But people leave there talking about, not even the Knicks, because that's the hometown team. They literally leave there, they're talking about the Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets. Like, yo, the Knicks can't get no props. The home team can't get no love. That's all I'm saying, man. Windward Project.